Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel and Wimbush Step by Step. Forgive me, you guys. I'm still in my PJs. I just had to make this video. My husband and I are flying to New York in the morning, but I wanted to take a minute to do this. And I got my hair braided just for that. And when I tell you, it was the worst experience. My scalp was on fire. These braids were just too tight. Woo! So, I want to give you 5 things you can do to relieve your scalp. But before I do, I need you to do something. So I want you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. I want you to like this video and leave me a comment. Let me know if I leave anything out. If you guys know a better way, to relieve the scalp from such pain. I'm telling you, mine is like 10 times better at this point. Okay, so let's step on the gas because we already late. Step 1. Look, don't be afraid to say to your braider, you are braiding my hair too tight. If you find yourself having to reach back and push down on the braid that they're braiding so it's not pulling your scalp, then just ask. I asked her in the back, on the side, and in the top, and she still didn't listen. And that's okay. People do that sometimes. So when that happens, we need to go to step 2. Before you even get home, I need you to pick up this African Pride braiding spray. Soon as you get in the car, you need to lift your braids up and start spraying down on the scalp so you can get, even as I'm spraying it right now, that feels so good on my scalp. Woo! It honestly, it still takes about a week for them to really loosen up, but that level 10 pain is all the way down to a 1 at this point where I can really tolerate it. So step 3, if that didn't work, because that didn't work for me. When I say it was too tight, it was just too tight. But that relieved me enough to run around until I get home. So when I got home, I did step 3. Grab you a nice bowl, some rubber gloves, and a nice towel. So you're going to boil the water. You can boil it on the stove or you can boil it in the microwave. Take this towel, immerse it in this water. Put those gloves on because the water will be hot. Leave it on like 3 to 5 minutes. And then wring this out. And you need to put this over your head like so. Woo! And just smash it down just so that steam can get to your braids. I'm telling you, girl, you're going to feel so relieved. However, I couldn't stop there today. I had to go to step 4, and that was getting a hot shower. I told my husband when I walked in the room, I said, I'm so sorry, honey. I can't even talk. I was so irritable just from being in pain. Whew. Sometimes y'all know people in pain can be evil. But I was trying my best. I love Jesus. Ooh, I had these on today too. Thank God I had these on today too, because, you just have to be kind. You just have to be kind. You have to forgive people. We got to, look, people tolerate us. We got to learn to tolerate others. And people sometimes just don't. She kept telling me, you just tender-headed. I have not been tender-headed a day in my life. Anyhow, needless to say, it was one sweet girl in the shop, and she was telling the lady she just wants to relieve her scalp. Please give her, give her a towel. Let her, because I put the towel on my head before I left out because I knew what to do. So it was, I couldn't even leave the salon without putting it on there. And I ended up, they charged me $190 for these box braids. I looked. She did one crazy braid back here. So no telling how many other crazy braids I have on the inside in there. And also, if you notice this is pent up, it's because when I got in the shower, step 4, I had to immerse my head under the water. I just couldn't take it. But the braids can get really heavy. So I set it on my shoulder like so. And then, and I held this side up just so I could, just feel that hot water just relieving my braids. And then I was going in and like trying to pull them up while I was in the shower, letting that water run all over my head. And I took the same towel while I was in the shower and just gently squoze to get some of that water out. When I got out of the shower, I continued to do the same thing. I took my blow dryer and just set and just blow dried it, because it'll all start to drip down. And depending on the length of hair, I don't recommend everybody to let the water just run on your braids. If your hair is really short, and I'll never forget this, I had braids one time. I went swimming right after getting my braids done, and I was looking behind me, and I had trails of braids just following me along. So if your hair is really short, your braids could actually slip out if you get them wet too soon. So just putting that hot towel and letting the steam and the water hit the top, and like I said, they can really make your braids heavy. But a lot of times, like also with me, when I immerse it in water, it seems to soften the braids and make them lighter overall. Sometimes braids can feel really heavy when you get them braided, but mine felt really light once I just immersed the whole thing in water. Anyhow, that's step 4. I know that was long, but needed to give you a little bit of insight. So step 5, look, I don't do this, but I know some people do, and that's take a Tylenol. If you are still in pain after you've done everything I just named, and you need to take a Tylenol, girl, go for it. You got to do what you got to do. For me, I personally, I give it to God and I just go to sleep. I got right in the bed. That's why I'm still in my PJs. Oh, goodness. It was the best sleep I had too. And I'm so happy. See, I don't have no hair on the side. I shaved my sides last night before, prepping for to get braids. I can only imagine if I had braids on the side too, trying to find a good place to sleep. And so it was so much easier for me just to lay on this side and just go straight to sleep. And when I woke up, honestly, I felt 10 times better. And if you follow these 5 steps, I know you'll do the same. So thank you for listening. I'm hoping this helps you. Take care for now. God bless and walk in love.